she sings lovely, and she asked me, or rather the tag was 5 things that you hate. So the first thing that I hate is when people just assume that you're on a diet, and they say things like, oh, you shouldn't eat that because it might hurt your weight loss journey. And it's like, I didn't tell you I was on a diet. Like, what's that supposed to mean? Anyway, so the second thing that it annoys me, I don't necessarily hate it, but it annoys me, is when my mother and my sister soak the wooden spoons in the sink in water. That really bothers me because then it waterlogs the spoons and they crack. I know that's like real, it's silly or ridiculous or whatever, but that bothers me. Okay, so the third thing that really like ticks me off, I cannot stand, is when you get cat calls from these dirty looking men on the street, or they might not necessarily be, you know, extra gross, but it's like, why would you do that? That's rude. That's like you think I'm a hooker. That's what you do to hookers. Hey, you know, come in my car. No. Okay, so the fourth thing that really just bugs me is when people voice their wrongful assumptions. Like I was telling this story at my church. This was after service and we were eating in Suriname, whatever. And I was telling the story about how when my cousin was here for the summer, my youngest cousin, she's younger than 10. And you know, this lady saw me playing with her on the platform, and my mother was standing right there, and she had the nerve to come up to us and say, oh, don't you love your mommy? Me, to my little cousin, don't you love your mommy? Assuming that, you know, I was her mother. And then my mother chimed in for me, and she said, no, that's my niece, my sister's daughter. That's her cousin. And the lady was just like, oh, I wonder when this train is going to come. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Make wrongful assumptions like that. Okay, so the fifth thing that I absolutely cannot stand, and this is not like, you know, the most annoying thing to me in the whole entire world, but it really ticks me off, is when people put their hands on you in the subway. It's one thing if you're on a crowded train and there's nowhere to go, there's no place to move, and you happen to bump into me. But it's another thing when I'm trying to get off the train, and this has happened to me before, and somebody, while you're trying to get off the train, they step outside the train, you're trying to get off, pushes you as you are exiting. That pisses me off. The lady who, I guess she had nowhere to go. She was standing in the door entrance, and she had to like scooch over and step outside so that people could leave the train. But as people were getting off, she was just pushing them. Like, I guess she didn't want them to touch her or something, but I'm sorry, you can't do stuff like that. I felt like grabbing her by her hair and like, oh, stomping her into the ground. Like, you cannot do that. Anyway, those are the 5 things that really get on my nerves. So I'm going to choose 5 people to tag, and the first person I'm going to tag is Straight Isis, Monica, Africanexport, and Curlyfoodie, if you happen to come by this video. So, peace out. I don't know what that was about. All right. Okay, so the second thing that I hate.
Look at my fat booty. Look at my fat booty. Look at my fat booty.
No, seriously, I was trying to. I got tagged. Dang it.
Dang it.
No, I'm not putting.